Hi guys, so today's video is not beauty or fashion related at all. I am going to be talking about what I'm currently reading and what I read in December and January. Some things I'm not reading right now, some things I've already read, and some are just kind of on and off things that some days I flip through and some days I'm just like, no, not at all. So these are just kind of I guess my winter books and magazines that I'm really liking. So we will start off with the books. Okay, so I have two books that I read probably in December. I don't read that often, but it's something that I like to do if I don't really have anything else to do, I guess. But when I get into a good book, I don't stop reading. Some books that I'm going to be showing, the Lauren Conrad books, so good. When you start a page that, or a chapter or something, you literally want to read the rest of the book, at that time. So when I find a good kind of girly gossipy type book, I really don't want to put it down. But I guess the school related books that we read, the nonfiction, the history, the multicultural, that kind of stuff, those kind of bore me, and the biographies and stuff. So I kind of like to read either romances, I was going to say romantic books, but romances, girly kind of gossip books. I don't really know what those are categorized as, but yeah. So this one was such a good book, and this is The Cupcake Queen, and this is by Heather Helper, and this book was amazing. And isn't the cover really cute? I think it's really cute. But, and it's not a hard book at all. In fact, this book was pretty easy for me, and as you can tell, the font isn't that big, and there's not any hard words or anything like that. And this was just kind of a really good book, or it was a really good book. And if you want to look up this summary, you for sure can do that. And this book was just kind of this girl who moved. Her mom owns a bakery, I think. Yep, her mom runs a bakery. I read this beginning of December, so I kind of forgot it. And she runs into a lot of problems, and then it says just when Penny begins to accept her new life, she's forced to make a choice that will change everything. And by the way, these books are not scary books at all. I would never in a million years read a the slightest bit scary book. So if you're oh my god, that sounds scary, she is forced to make a choice that will change everything, then you're probably oh my god. No, but they're not scary at all. And then this one, this is The Star Shack. This is such a cute book. Look at the cover, that's so cute. And this I got at Borders for only $9.99, and this one was only $7.99. And this was so worth it. And there's someone must have set a cup on it, and it must have had condensation on the outside. Anyway, this is Love is Right in Front of You if you just see the signs, and this is about a girl and a boy. The girl is at her summer home. I don't want to give it away, but they set up this astrology booth type thing, and on the boardwalk and whatever. And yeah, it's a really sweet book, not scary. It keeps you you just don't want to stop reading this. This one's super good. This one's not very hard at all. Not big, or not small font, kind of big in fact. And these are just cute little kind of girly. This one's more of a romance. This one's just a good kind of real life, realistic, relatable type of book. And then, as I was saying in the beginning, of course, the Lauren Conrad books. So darn good. And this one is the last one, Sugar and Spice. Whoops. And I actually, this is really embarrassing. I read this over spring break last year. So March, April 2011, and I'm still reading it. I picked this book up probably over winter break. And that's the first time I read it since spring break. It wasn't that it was bad, it was just that I was so busy with, like, school and everything, so. But it's so good. Lauren Conrad books. And I'm not really going to read, like, the information or the summary on this book, because if you guys are on book 2 of the Lauren Conrad books, I'm not giving anything away. So, just, these books are so good. This one, look at how pretty she is. That's just, like, what I've been staring at the whole time. I might do a, like, how to, like, look inspired by Lauren Conrad, and I would do the hair, because, you know, that's pretty easy to recreate, and, like, makeup and an outfit, maybe. So, if you guys want to see that, let me know. And this was $18. Another Lauren Conrad, this is Style, Lauren Conrad Style, and this isn't like a book, I guess. Well, I guess it is like a book, but it's not something that necessarily has like chapters. It's just kind of more, well, it does have chapters. Wow, I just can't see chapter 6 and stuff like that, but it's kind of like, they're like short things. There's a lot of pictures. And then another Lauren Conrad is the Lauren Conrad Style, and this isn't really like a book type thing. Well, like it is, and it has like chapters and stuff, but it's more like tips and stuff like that, like stuff like that, you know. And super good, good book, good advice, good pictures. Everything. Lauren Conrad is going to be good. And I just really like this. It was $20. I got this from Barnes & Noble. I would definitely check this out if you guys are interested in, like, it has makeup, fashion. It has, like, a chapter on, like, jeans. Hairstyles, how to do makeup, how to do blush, how to apply false lashes. It is so specific, and, yeah, I just love it. And then moving on to magazines, because I love magazines. I love after school when I'm having a snack. I just like to read magazines. So I just have like some girly magazines here. I love Us Weekly. I have a subscription to Us Weekly, and so obviously I get that weekly, and I love that. It's not too like gossipy, but like it is, but it's not like the made up stuff. Like it's pretty good. There's good like fun things in there, and I don't know, yeah, I just really like that. These are more of like girly type fashion, beauty, whatever magazines. And what I have here is 17, and this is the prom. I'm obviously not old enough to go to prom, but it's kind of fun looking at some of the stuff. It's a lot of ads and stuff, but like then there's your normal 17 stuff, like I guess this is kind of like prom updos, but you know, there's makeup tips, there's wackiest prom proposals. Those things are just like fun to read stuff. And this is so big. Look at this. Like this is huge. But like I said, it's mostly like ads like for different like places. Like they're advertising their dresses and whatever, so. But still good tips. Love that. And then, of course, my other 17, this I know I showed in my haul, my Target Cosmetics haul and 17 package. And this is just the February 17. Love this. This is such a good issue. I love this one. And then the last one is Glamour. I also have a subscription to Glamour. Typically, it's pretty good stuff. This one was kind of like, since this is the February one, it's all about like love and stuff like that. So I don't know. It was kind of an interesting issue, but I don't know where my January one went. So I couldn't. Sorry, I just looked through and looked at pictures, but I couldn't find that, so I couldn't show that. So I had to show this one, even though it was kind of interesting. But you know, there's good stuff in here. And The Glamour is kind of more of like a mature type one, but, and 17 I love for like my age, and I love the 17 style watches. Those are fantastic. I have all those starting from like May of last year. I have May, June, July, or like I think June and July combined or something, and I have like every single one stacked up, and yeah, I love 17 so much. So there you guys go. Sorry for the super long video. I know it's like 9 minutes. I didn't mean for it to be that long, but I wanted to share some of my favorite books and magazines with you guys in case you're looking for something to read. And no, this is not what I read for school. For school, we are assigned what we're supposed to read, and that's what we read. But outside of school, I'm usually reading this and magazines. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry for the really long video, but please check out my other ones, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.